This is our model 6900 seaming table. It's vertical and you can use both sides of it. So you can glue on this side and then you walk around to the other side, and then you can also glue on this side over here. You just take that rigid cup and pull it down and put it over your seam, and it vacuums against and you're good to go. So you can seam a lot of stuff in a small area. You don't take much of floor space. So it's 12 foot long and 9 foot high. So you can seam on both sides. Now we're going to set this piece on the table. We've got some little blocks underneath there to set it on. We're going to take our piece and clean it off with alcohol and the rag and the towel. And we'll apply the glue, and we're going to run 2 beads of glue to make sure we get enough coverage, that we're not missing any spots or we got any dry joints after a while. So he goes down one side, back the other side. Starting the pump, the vacuum pump's way on the other end of the table. Take our piece, get seam to it, over the top. You can see the adhesive squirt up, and we got to make sure that the ends are lined up. And then we're going to apply our rigid cups, get them lined up, and you turn this little valve to open it. Get them evenly spaced, and we'll put them all on the material first, and then we'll tighten them down. So they apply all the rigid clamps first, and then they'll put the lever down, and then that'll apply the pressure. So now they push that lever down, and we're good to go. And then you tap on it a little bit just to get it, make sure it's lined up, and we're good. Okay, now we're going to go to the other side. Same thing here. Now you want to make sure that the face of the material is out, because that's where the clamp goes against. So you want the back side of the material against the frame, the face side out. Now you can see this doesn't take much floor space, the table. If you were going to do this laying down on the floor, you'd have to have a big area that would take up a lot of your space, floor space. So just don't take up much space. Apply the glue again like we did on the other side. Piece over the seam on there again. Apply the clamp. The glue is set, then you can release the cups and sand off the seam. So you don't have to take your piece and move it. You just release the cup, you lift up that lever, push that little button, and then it releases the vacuum. And the cups hang from the tool balancer. So when you got all them off, then you can shut the pump off and sand that seam off. Again, without moving the sheet. So you don't have to take the sheet off to get the glue off the seam. We're going to scrape the back side of the sheet first to remove the glue off the back side. So you can just take a chisel and clean that off. So the sandpaper we're using is 100 grit, and the best tool sander's on grind mode, so it takes that glue off really quick. So when we're done with those pieces over there, we bring them over here, set them on our power stand, and then we'll sand them with the Quadmaster sander. That has 4 pads on it, and that's 150 grit paper, and it's like 4 people sanding at one time. So we take and put the sander on the material, start the back and start the sander, and we go up on the perimeter first, and then gonna go through the middle, and he does that twice, and we're done. We're good to go. So it don't take very long to sand a big piece like that.